Good morning, everybody. It is 6:38 a.m. I have not slept yet, so forgive me if I'm a little bit loopy. I had a graduation party to go to yesterday for two twins, and so that's why I wasn't around yesterday, which was a very nice day. It was my friend that I used to work with and their kids, and lots of cats and dogs as well, and they were so cute. But I went to go to sleep last night, and then my mind started circling about just stuff I had been thinking about, but regarding the you-know-what, the usual stuff that's going on right now. And so I couldn't sleep, so I got up and I went to search to see what the statistics were these days for any kind of adverse events and that kind of stuff for both the medical issue that we're dealing with right now and the medicine that we get for that medical issue. And it was interesting because I found that online you could find reporting for that deaths that happened for people who got the medicine but still got the flu and still passed away. And that was like I think around 900. There's a couple different numbers. I think 750 and 900 were coming up. But if you looked for the same numbers of people who passed away from the actual treatment, there was no reporting there, which struck a nerve with me. You have to understand, I'm coming from a place of medical research for 25 years. I was on the front lines. I know how research works. And drugs, it takes 10 to 15 years to get a drug approved. Okay? So you're talking about a medicine that we're using right now because of emergency use. It is not approved. And now the same companies who are making them are trying to get full approval now, which will then set a precedent for things to get approved in a year or two as opposed to 10 to 15 years, which is a very dangerous prospect, actually. And so I looked up the information about one of the medicines and their fact sheet. And knowing that I dealt with research for a long time, and when you consent patients, the consents have to be very detailed. And as far as any kind of adverse events that have happened in the research project, they have to be reported in the consent, like what you know might be the risk to them. And it's not just reporting them, you have to list percentages. And in the facts sheet, they just say things like, just very random things like, oh, there's very little chance of death or something like that. It's just so loose. It's kind of hard to believe what they're like getting away with now. I mean, if we had not done one little thing right in consenting a patient or in doing the study or reporting adverse events, we would have had a lot of issues with the FDA. But here we're going through this process of emergency use, but emergency use on people who are healthy. So, there's a bit of a fine line here, and I just want to urge you guys all to self-advocate for yourself. Don't believe things just because someone tells you, whether it's a doctor or a friend. You should look online and research the information, find out for yourself. And there's going to be multiple reports, right? There's always going to be two or more sides to an issue with lots of differing opinions. And you have to go online to see what resonates with you truly. What does your body feel? So some other words came up for me, like, how we learn things by heart. And when we learn things by heart, it means we've stopped using our mind. We're now using our heart and our body instead, which is that perfect channeling process, right? When you first learn to play the piano, it's very technical. But as you learn, you become one with the piano. That's when the channeling begins and you start to fall into your heart. So learning by heart is a really significant statement right here, as well as the perfect acronym for the medicine right now and the the bug, which is F.U.C.M. Okay, and so you can take it as that comes to you, but the F for the thing that you get yearly normally, and then the U for the you, but also the unproven things, right? The unexplained, the as many uns as you can think of, and then the C, of course, which you know what that is, and then the M, which is then the medicine. So F.U.C.M. I thought was a very interesting acronym for that. So when I wrote down learning by heart, I was then getting the word mesmerized, which explains the channeling process in a pretty cool way, actually. And then as I broke down mesmerized, as far as definitions, what I was getting from that was limit, middle, half-time rest in shade, or sweet cherry. The guise of the female sea horse, to dare to pick from the apple tree, to ladle, scoop, or use in spades, to me more, me, we, and one, the sky and heaven is. So that was kind of cool. That was for mesmerize. Also, which I tweeted a picture with this statement that came up, which was the definition of POW. One receiving unproven drug and or harsh treatment. So just some truisms. And here we go now in my sleepless state onto our read. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love out to everybody. This is one of the little animals that I saw yesterday. So cute. Look how sweet she is. And this picture was just perfect because it's so mother protecting the child, protecting the innocent ones. Okay, so we have my little stick there. We have the union read that I did for yesterday and today. This is the 4D, 5D, 6D, the divine feminine on this side, masculine on the right, the bridge between them in the center, the incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energies and the closing energies. And this is the Syrian Starseed deck. And then the read in front of you, here's the basic read for that. Again, the Syrian Starseed deck. And then the full read here, the 7-deck read. It is a general read. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. Not all the messages are going to be for you. It's a lot of energy out there. If you do want something more specific for you, my information is below, as well as on my website, twinflames3344.com. And I have a CD out there also called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames, by Evelyn Stainthorpe, if you want to check it out. And let's go ahead and roll the die to see what comes up for the twin flames today. All right. We have Cancer as the sign that's coming up today. And we're in the sign of Cancer right now. And 69 is also the Ace of Pentacles, which is that new start of perfect contentment. We have the number 9 here. So compassion, endings, the collective consciousness, universal selflessness comes up with the 9, as well as we have the sun. Okay, and of course it's summertime, so it's very representative of what we're in right now. So we'll see how that comes up. Besides the signs of Cancer, Virgo also comes up with the 9 and the Hermit, and then the Sun brings up Leo as well. All right, so we have the union read. 4D, 5D, 6D, which is 227, which is the 2 of the High Priestess and the 27 of the Ace of Wands. And the underlying energy was the 5 of Cups, the central energy, the 5 of Wands, and the final energy, the 10 of Pentacles. Again, before I start, today's energy, well, today's the 27th. So yesterday was the 26th, and I actually started these reads on the 25th. On the 25th, the 25 is the Knight of Wands, along with the 36-9 of the Atlas energy. And then yesterday was the 37 of the King of Cups, with the 26, which is the Page of Wands, that very inspired energy. And then today is the Queen of Cups, the 38, along with the 27, which is the Ace of Wands, which is new passion. So we have the feminine Queen of Cups of love and kindness and intuition and big passion, right? New passion, creativity, growth, all of those energies come up there. So with this union read, the comforting of self to get over loss and regret and or feeling sorry for self in a heat wave, drama, conflict, battle and competition, games, expansion, and the pursuit of happiness. The shift in the middle from sadness to anger to abundance, 5 plus 5 equals 10, or lots of change equaling the new start, recognizing loves and desires that don't serve or don't have to expand to the next, into the higher vibration. So recognizing what things that you love and the desires that you have that don't serve you, or you don't have to continue with them or expand them to the next level to go into a higher vibration or heaven on earth. So 232 is the High Priestess and the 32 of the Journey. The incoming Divine Feminine was the 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. 2, 3, 4, shut the door, surrendering into self, to all that is. 2 to 3 in co-creation of home-based business while keeping the home fires burning. Not the thrill, but the trill of the victory and the aging of defeat. Surrendering to create in new castle. 2 plus 3 crystals breaking up, recovery into emotional. 2C, 2 cups, 2C, 2 cups, surrendering constant juggling and the need to produce. And don't worry, be happy was coming up instead. 240, which is the High Priestess, and the 40 of the Page of Cups. I was getting to, it was so weird, the order of the numbers. Was just focusing on the end of the cycle, 7 to 8 to 9, but let's see where that goes. Okay, so Sophism, the word isn't a word, but that came up, right? So Sophism is, but not F.U.C.M. So that was coming up for my term. And of course, Sophia means wisdom. But Sophism was slightly different, and it'll come up here in a minute. So at 241 is the High Priestess and the 41 of the Ace of Cups, which is self-love, spiritual love, new love. As the Divine Masculine surrenders to the Divine Feminine, missing him, unable to understand giving up 2 perfectly good holy grails, an issue of worthiness, and surrendering to loss and failure. In the Divine Masculine's world, that would mean giving up. Now surrendering it all if she will just look at him. And then I was getting from A Star is Born, with one more look at you, I could overcome the anger that I learned to know. Leave a troubled past I left so long ago. Your story eyes have left me strong again. I can't remember the words. And I belong again with one more look at you. So you know that song. But that came up there. 4D here is the Six of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. The Divine Feminine balancing her time, money, and effort, and handouts. A little of this and a little of that. Perhaps others trying to make her feel badly for not giving to them. The Divine Masculine with all their ducks in a row, and no goose, walking away or working their way toward the edge of the beach at the ocean or water, where the land meets the deep blue sea. Sophie I am. That's the Sophie I am. That I am, says Sam, which is Sophia am, I am. So and say, because they say so. So the Fia came up as a glass vessel or bottle, especially for medicine, to put or keep in. And then F.U.C.M was coming up as a boy, son, or boyfriend. Worth it again. So here's the worthiness coming up. Worthwhile, even, firm. I do, I make, construct, fashion, frame, build, and erect, produce, compose, and appoint. And then Phi, PH with two I's, is to copulate. A connective segment, tissue, or conjunction, bond, tie, or connection. Sophia is coming up as Sophia and Sophie and Sam. So copulation am, Sophia-am. So Sophia-am with the M is still wisdom, as well as Sophia. And Sophia's ma is a false conclusion, but also wisdom. So it's both sides of the coin, knowledge and wisdom, but also a false conclusion or a fallacy, which comes up under different definitions of Sophia as well. The bridge of the twin flames, where Sophia meets the I am, and I-A-M literally is the now moment, or wisdom meets the now moment, the Sophia-m, the Sophia-m is the sophomoric and sophisticated, all at the same time. The twin flames on the 4D bridge, holding on with no hands on the wheel. Wow, the sun just came out. The charioteer of our hearts, always with a choice to stay or go, to be in the now moment and say hello. And the sun just said a big hello. It was so weird. I'm not usually up this early these days anyway. And it was really cool how the sun just came out. When she feels unworthy, he walks away. When finds her worth, he turns back around at 318, which is the Empress and the Moon. A delicate dance of not being taken advantage of, but not treating the other like shit either. So worthy of giving and receiving, he expects to give and she receive, while dancing the shift of do-si-do, back and forth we go. The 5D here is the Nine of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Higher Self. The Divine Feminine gets their wish with 6 rays and sunshine light. Oh, that's so funny, as I was just talking about the sun coming in. A personal tie and chef, self-satisfaction with the Divine Masculine, the Higher Self ready with the records and the riot act in the ethers with view of the northern lights, bridging with heat wave, fans of the sun or sun worshippers, worship and shipping, statue shipped to Ellis Island, all in concert in the pursuit of happiness. The New York Stock Exchange coming up here, they all look so happy there. Remember that, in the pursuit of happiness. Always in energetic exchange, the Five of Wands and the Three of Wands, the pursuit of the now moment. All for today, as if there is no tomorrow. So play. And there comes up the so everything, Sophisms, Sophiamisms. So at 326 is the Empress and the 26 of the Page of Wands. The 6D here is the Indigo, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Cups. And I had remembered here, or just recalled, in Elena Danan's ET book, she lists some definitions of Pleiadian language words. And ash means light. I think that's correct. The Divine Feminine with the magic proposal, the Indigo Child offering to come together on the Divine Masculine side to hug and love and bridge with downloads from the Six of Cups, innocent love, note to self, to soothe the soul. the 6D transport hub of the 7D, and coming in to pass through to 5D divine feminines. The divine feminine here balancing surrender, work, home, and handouts. The 5D loving themselves first, and the 6D proposal of diamond and indigo emotional recovery. The divine masculine with a walk on a beach with the 5D higher self, the 6D hug, and never letting go. The bridge here of the twin flames with crowds cheering them on to take a risk to receive from the 7D and up dimensions, shipping and receiving with two men checking them out, or Pleiadian in the atmosphere, but 6D only for now. ETs come to give twins a hug, families sending lots of thought forms and wishes from above. So I wanted to bring that up too, because the ET shadow I showed you, then the next day, if any of you watch Elena Denon, one of the ETs that she's met, his name is Annex. And I was getting confirmations from Annex literally in my downloads that the ones in the bushes was Annex energy, which I don't know where Annex is from, but I found that very interesting. And there's energy next to that too. I just couldn't make it out specifically, but it looks like a humanoid form in a suit, in a spacesuit, like Annex next to a humanoid, which would be more of a Pleiadian energy. So it was kind of interesting how that came up. So the outgoing divine masculine here is the Seven of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Emperor, spiraling the King of Pentacles and the Emperor, or crystal skull with reasoning or knowledge. She is the base and he is the know-how, coming together with 3.5, or specifically 3.38. Halfway at Way Station, Skull Island, which is actually west of Sumatra, Indian Ocean, where King Kong was, one of the King Kongs was filmed. But actually Shutter Island was really coming up for me. And the Ash Cliff Hospital escape. Synchronicities, or perhaps the sinks of the kitchen sink, and circular emotions leading to shoulder at skull within reason. Tossing AI for heaven on earth. No spiral staircase for him. I'll take the sand, says Sam I Am, the path to the higher self, and love breaking patterns and going their own way, leaving the King of Pentacles and the Emperor and her family cliff-hanging or with cliff notes. Like if they don't know how to do it, I'll leave you notes and then you can do it on your own. So 2 of unity consciousness, 3 of union, 2 at Trinity, 3rd and 4th is home. 7 of mastering, of reason, or slave to the Emperor and the Empress and the family, business, or community, surrender to self, or slave for family. The number for this read came out to 74, which is the 6 of Pentacles, which is that perfect balance that nature is. The horizontal pillars came out to 28, 14, and 32, which is the 2 of Wands, or the twin flames, the 14 of the Temperance, or higher love, the 32 of the journey, that 6 of Wands, with, you know, coming in with good news at the end of the war, the journeyman. The vertical pillars came out 7, 3, 4, 15, 14, 14, 7, and 10, which is the Chariot, the Empress, the Emperor, the Devil, 2 angels, or 2 temperance cards, or higher love, the 7 of the Chariot, and then the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. So the messages were coming up as the twin flame, higher love, and the journey to natural balance. The Chariot of the Empress and the Emperor is the Devil, or codependent. The angel and angel, or higher loves, in a chariot is destined. So out in the cold, in codependency, or higher self times 2, ascends to high vibe sharing and balance. The twin flame heat wave, her union for him to find. So that was the union read. Here is the twin flame read. This was at 5:02, which 5 is the Hierophant, 2 is the High Priestess. Oh, and I want to tell you this too. When I went on my jog that day. And I passed my next door neighbor whose address is 30. I walked the first couple blocks on my run. So I was just walking at this time, I was right at my next door neighbor's. And as I'm walking in front of their house, 3 wishes clung together, floated right past me and went up on his lawn. So, usually you see wishes and they usually fall to the ground. But these 3 wishes stuck together. They didn't. They kept going up and up, like in the hot air balloon. So I was following them and I kind of dared them to come back down to me. And all of a sudden they started coming toward me, but then all of a sudden they went up and up and up and out to the street. And they went so high. They reached the sky and never came back till the 4th of July. So I kept following them. They went up so high, but then I couldn't follow them anymore because they passed in front of the sun and I couldn't look right at the sun. So I lost them at that point. But there were 3 wishes clung together. And I think that being granted 3 wishes came up in the read that day. Then as I went on to the next block, when I was still walking, I saw 2 sets of 2 birds flying together and then one off on their own. Definitely seeing a lot of crows lately. And then Ben said hello. And I found I thought it was a patch, like a school letters or something patch, but it might have been a cutout from a letter sheet. The letters P and Q. So if that means something to any of you guys, let me know. I cut the Syrian Starseed deck at 502, which is the Hierophant and the High Priestess. And so the energy for yesterday was literally twins graduating, because I was at a twin graduation party, the twins graduating. And then for PQ, when I looked them up, the only definitions were the, per K or regarding why or reason or because. Also, the plastoquinone came up. Also picture quality, the province of Quebec. Also French toilet paper. And the quinone involved in electron transport process of photosynthesis. 4 9s came up in this read, you guys. All 4 9s. At 5:15, I noted that, which is then the devil or the shadow, 15. At 5:20, F flames came up, but then the S as well. Excuse me. The sneeze took a minute to come out. So again, the F can be the F word, but also for me is phi, expansion and contraction. The S is Sophia. So again, expanding and contracting or reflecting in the middle, the flames, the drama, the S of Sophia. Reflect the flames with a message from Sophia. Lots of cursing coming up too, right? Because we have F and S are the curse words. F flames and then S as well. And then a bird was whistling outside at 5:22, and 22 is the Fool. At 5:34, I finished clarifying the read, and the major arcana were the Shadow, which is the Devil, Starseed, which is the Fool, Guidance, which is the Hierophant. And before the read, the Tower came up. After the read, the Higher Self, or High Priestess, the Lovers, and the Abundance, which is the Empress, came up. We had 2 Pentacles, 3 Swords, 2 Wands, 1 Cup. The 4 9s were there. So often the 9s are like court cards, but they're not actually court cards. We had the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Cups in the read. So a lot of young energy. And before the read, the Queen of Cups came up. Like I said, 4 9s, big, because that's huge endings, right? All 4 at one time, that's endings, right? Because 10 isn't the endings, it's the transition into the new. So we have 11 and 4 9s. So we're done, going into the 11 of the new beginnings and justice, truth and balance. We have 1, 2, 3 jump. The number 6 was really big here as well, of the Lovers, but the love, family, and community as well. 16 of the Tower, 69 of the Ace of Pentacles. And besides that 1, 2, 3 jump, we also had the 19 of the Sun and 36 of the Atlas energy, the 10 of Wands, and then 69, which I said already. The code line was all about rebirth, but the H was detached from rebirth, which is funny because Damien Wynn, with his accent, would say rebirth as rebirth, So without the H, which was kind of funny. So the code line was all about the number 25 coming from 6, 1, 9, and 9. And the other numbers that came up, 23, 21, which is the King of Wands in the world, the quadruple nines, the 11 of justice, 6 of the lovers, 16, 69. I told you all those already. But the message was coming up as the show of power to the nth degree. And the birds have been so sweet tweeting out this morning. Show of power to the nth degree. Say lovers, or say Sophia 9, the one aiding the 9 of the wounded warriors. Guide and instead of hide and seek, guide and seek. The rebirth or the rebirth of H, which also can represent the DNA. So annex came up here for me, literally in the coding, in one of the definitions. Annex definitely came up, and my phone kept dinging when I would bring up annex. And it was coming up as keeping an eye on me. And then it literally said, you know how the definitions will have an example sentence underneath it? And literally when the I came up here, it said, you had eyes and ears to see and hear good and evil. And then so I have Elena's book on ETs. So as soon as this came up, I'm like, oh, it's annex, because I wasn't sure who that ET was. And then I opened my book right to the page with annex on it. So that was definite confirmation then. And then my phone dinged again. And it was on page 37, which is the King of Cups, or unconditional love, you know, looking out for us. And she also on that page describes him in the book as with beautiful indigo eyes. So that was kind of cool. It was really a beautiful energy that came through to me. So again, back to the code line, we had jealousy, hatred, hostility, an essay or an essay of something, or a sassy X here regarding the lovers, or the Sophia 9, the collective consciousness of the divine feminine. The vertical watermill came up here, and also DE, or Delaware, and Newcastle County is in Delaware, which is, there's many Newcastles, but that was one of them coming up here. And the 9 of the wounded warriors. Guidance, 1, oak, the I, and the I am I, and then annex came up as that definition there. And then the guide dance of eek, right? Something like scaring you, you know, just being funny about ghosts. To rebundle, recast, recover, to give, carry, or bear again, the H of the DNA, or 3D lap dance. And then a niece came up for someone. So nieces, maybe a niece writing an essay on Sophia and the 9. The 1 aids the 9 of the wounded warrior, guidance, and eek. All for one and one for all, which came up really cool here, because all for one and one for all are all numbers. 1, 4, 9, and 9, 4, 1, which those two together equals 1090, which is 1 and 9 with space between them. Really cool. So I by oak with eye on you from annex. So annex giving you a message that they're looking out for you. And then the Delaware with Newcastle vertical mills came up. I don't know why. And then I was guided to one online called Mendenhall Mill. It was named after the man, I guess he was the original person, James Mendenhall Mill. And then that was Mill Creek Road in Hocassin. Yeah, it was the initial construction was 1826. And that was a website from the Library of Congress. So again, the power to the nth degree in the moon, the month, and the number, the X, the ace, the aid, and the hermit of the wounded warrior. The Hierophant seeks rebirth or is afraid of birth. The dance of the pilot, aiding 1 of 9 or 9 of 9 of drama and guidance. I like self, I like the I seeing, 1 oak, annex, and rebirth. And also attachment and extension came up here as well because of an annex. And that's the Greek word, A-N-A-X also came up here as the Greek word. Ancient Greek tribal chief or leader, but also means mother, great aunt, paternal grandmother's younger sister. So then we start the read here at the Six of Pentacles reversed. So that's the underlying energy here. Six of Pentacles reversed with the mini cards on top, 5 down and 5 out at the end here. With the 5 below from the bottom up was the Tower upright, the 9 of Cups reversed, 3 of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Cups upright, and then the 4 of Swords reversed. And at 6:54, with the 6 of Pentacles reversed, I got a major connection right there. And 6 of Pentacles reversed has to do with imbalance or not sharing or inequity or debt or some kind of scam going on. Suddenly unhappy with issues at work. The Queen of Cups unable to sleep and rising above, or awake and imbalanced, or dealing with inequity or debt. And I'm feeling a little imbalanced right now because I'm sleepy. So the Knight of Wands reversed, paralyzed by the 6 of Cups, which is the loving children, in a painful ending or ending pain, reaping rewards and not feeling worthy enough, without options, and highlighted by the Hermit. The Knight of Wands reversed, falling short of the 6 of Cups' expectations, whether they're inner children, outer children, the twins, or or a fond past memory. Painful to spend savings or a retirement fund, but Hermit advisor says no other options. Looking after the 6 of Cups kids or soulmate, the 6 of Wands is upright here with the Knight of Cups reversed, jealous, perhaps at work, or overworking, or rejected and not working out, with the Queen of Cups and the Magician awake to the wounded warrior in a divorce, or Taurus and Aquarius and Leo all reversed, needing to swallow their pride, choked or spoke too soon, feeling weak or ego out of control, needing courage to invite passion, new growth, and creativity in. The Queen of Cups manifesting levitation, which is me now, right? I'm levitating, I'm numb because I haven't slept all night. Of the wounded warrior, exhausted and break, with no final decision yet or poor judgment. Leo kids or pets out of control, or the wounded warrior is just weak, with the Page of Pentacles student who is inspired, with blue balls or blue bonnet, lost, or Leo with no intuition, or the Page of Pentacles no longer allowing them to pacify him or tell them what to do or dictate what's right for them. A pet or Leo cowering at the Page of Pentacles' bare feet or in flip-flops, the Queen of Cups awake to the inequity of the Page of Pentacles' offer of sex, growth, or creative project. Synchronicities, choices, or found the one, sticking out like a sore thumb. Put in his thumb and pulled out a plum, sneaking around behind the scenes to find just the right one. In an offering. Magnetizing just the right gold coin and studying every angle with red hat, red topper with sword before, and now more relaxed hat with scarf and gold coin. Running away from the circus life, playing hardball now for keeps, or making a coin appear out of nowhere, or disappearing hat trick at 717, which is the 7 of the Chariot and 17 of the Star. Worth waiting for, and beneath that free yourself. Burning the past and questioning why? For big new passion, who may refuse them, or refuse to give answers, or ignore them altogether. Hierophant reversed, narcissistic old man out of control, stubborn as all, or divorce with fond memories of house and sex on the swing. Keeping new passion to self in divorce or break in religion establishment, or cranky old man, or Taurus reversed, as long as the kids and house are stable, or fond memories of the house they grew up in. His fill of apple bottoms, lovebirds and dessert, 2 flames in the ground, and 4 feet in a circle of trust by the old oak tree in the fall, or the Hierophant reversed who fell off the swing or was a swinger in the past. Perhaps it's unfair at 726, which is the Chariot and the Page of Wands, that now the Page of Pentacles is aroused by the thought of a stable home and only love. Nature comes up with that 74 in the perfect balance and contentment, with synchronicities, which is 87, the reflection of 78, which is that perfect family, heaven on earth. The divorces or break from a religion establishment or a tainted leader here. The Empress reversed, the Emperor upright, working on details to heal and shine or make children the focus and stars. Or working on healing, the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Swords upright, or the need to be vulnerable, not spoiled and entitled. Watering at night, no shoes in the house, and the Page of Swords with 3 feathers in their cap. The Candy Striper, or Candy the Stripper, the Emperor the Star, and Empress reversed with the narcissist or spoiled child, or had an abusive father, uncle, or religious leader. Aries upright, Taurus double reversed, and Aquarius upright, the star child with attitude. The Page of Swords not sharing what they received, that they received a big passionate offer from the Page of Pentacles with home, or this could be your teenage kids that no one knows they had sex with their boyfriend or girlfriend. But that's the way it's coming up. They're both pages. The star child with an attitude, the Page of Swords not sharing that they received a big passionate offer from the Page of Pentacles with a home as well, or had sex with them outside a home, or it was perfectly natural. They're just saying to themselves. Sunshine with the Queen of Pentacles imprisoned, but now the worst is over. After the read, going into the energy of the Emperor out of control, unable to make an offer to the Page of Wands reversed for their project or their overzealous, passionate invite, at night with the Knight of Swords rushing in from the Ten of Cups upright family with news or information about them. The Knight of Wands reversed in a bold move, but froze up or choked or freeze frame, a do-over. The Empress reversed without money for the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands, both reversed here, to consult the Knight of Swords, perhaps for them to have emotional fulfillment. This could even be some kids wanting money to get a read or something like that. Or ran out of cars to loan them, or it's not the right rental, perhaps wanting a limo. So the recent past here is the Knight of Swords with the 5D message or delivery, perhaps a divorce decree or death, end, or dark night with a negative group, partiers or gossips or third party, and free Queen of Cups at home in the sun, happy and fully exposed. Sovereign offering big love to shamed man and split, with the Empress reversed, with Taurus reversed, doubly reversed, and Scorpio upright, Aries upright, and Leo upright here. Or gossip and hearsay that the Queen of Cups is free and clear, or perhaps found out they believed or chose the wrong one, or mother and father or religious man cut him off if she accepts, or if he accepts the sovereign's love. So that could be a family cutting them off if they choose a certain person. The foundation here is the shadow reverse, detoxing scam or inequity or debt, dumping a load, a burden or responsibility out of alignment, not happy with self, and weak or out of control ego. The central energy here is the Nine of Swords reversed, chronic nightmares, suffering in silence, stressed out, or exposure of jealousy, rejection, and insincerity of the King of Pentacles reversed, losing patience or their temper. Fallen angel receiving a message of love at 752, which is the Chariot and the Queen of Swords. Or the King of Pentacles reversed is surrounded by the Knight of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups upright with lots of options, much younger than him, or his kids and their millions of activities. Or the Knight of Cups reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed, and a Sagittarius reversed, suffering in silence or sister, over the Page of Cups, upright, innocent love. The challenge being the wounded warrior refusing to give up or walk or let go of past wounds, with the Queen of Swords speaking her truth, the Knight of Pentacles offering to make peace or to help with money for vacation, or to help to pursue the Queen of Pentacles, or leaving as not to start a fight with them. The wounded warrior challenged by prison, anxiety, having their hands tied, or blindness, and the Queen of Swords talking about split, divide, or lies, and wants answers. No longer silenced by injustice of the devil reversed, or codependent behavior of detox, or Libra and Capricorn both reversed, flirting or casual sex, with fallen angel dumping a load, or Sagittarius reversed confessing to free themselves from issues at work, with the King of Cups reversed, clowning around, juggling exposed to the King of Swords upright at 8:01, the Dance and the Magician. Him causing distractions so the other wouldn't see what's really going on. And now is the Page of Swords upright, climbing up to the light, emotional fulfillment and levitating, with lover starting over to end the battle, with the Page of Swords, or with a message. Good news came to the King of Swords, who may have been shocked, or shocked the Queen of Wands reversed, who won't leave post-war or virus, and standing up to unwanted advances, flirtations, or offers of casual sex, with Dark Knight, which is that Batman energy, of death, transition, or a manly woman or feminine man, without reunions, or approached perhaps by a bisexual or transgender, or had sex with someone not knowing which gender they were. Or Scorpio out in the cold, the King of Cups reversed, choked, when the King of Wands offered them condolences or love. From the Ten of Cups family upright and the Ten of Pentacles family reversed, with the Knight of Wands backing them up and the Wounded Warrior without options, but to deal with the loss and regret. The King of Cups reversed, juggling, or scam, exposed to the King of Swords. And soon here's the Page of Cups upright with her heart open wide, which is like that little kitty I showed you. The message of love, despite conflict between the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, who are both upright here, and the Queen of Pentacles with a broken heart, and keeping to themselves about a breakup or lack of affection, and boldly stepping up to detox by spreading the word about detox and chaos, or Cancer upright and Capricorn reversed, and the King of Pentacles reversed devil, leaving them in exile without a care. The twin flames seeing themselves as the Ace of Pentacles reversed, withholding for a new life from the Page of Wands reversed, offering sex, growth, or passion, or perhaps a school project, and needing funding, demanding they get their way, destined to suffer in silence or to deal with their sister or release at the full moon. Libra upright, excuse me, I had like a tickle in my throat. Felt like a feather or something like that in there. The Libra upright, Cancer upright, performing for Emperor reversed or an Aries reversed, perhaps a magic act, or Gemini or Virgo, or on how to manifest, or watching the series Manifest. New love, you deserve love, and true love all came up for the twins here. Around them, or how they're seen, is the Starseed upright, which is like the Fool, complete with energetic exchange or arrows of love, and disconnect or at a distance. The Divine Feminine or Pisces with broken or a broken couple. The Tower coming up here with sudden events or an epiphany of a falling out and stabilizing by looking back at it. So at 8:19, which is the 8 of the dance, but also the inner and outer strength, the manifestation of dreams, Pisces, Aries, and Scorpio all upright here, and the block being the guidance card reversed, so no guidance, in detox and starting over, standing up for self, or in a divorce or break from a religion, establishment, or societal norms. Rebirth here, but even more so, effort and music. The Queen of Swords with the Man in the Mirror on a quest to ignite flame without option. The Wounded Warrior and the King of Cups reversed, not going out to eat, with dysfunction at work and family or business going under. We can't go out to eat. New passion ignited regarding injustice of issues at work and the family, business, or community dysfunction or loss, and or loss of funds or not paid out, or the King of Cups reversed having issues working outside or in the sun with the King of Swords. So you may have some kind of issues with that, with skin and things like that. So Libra reversed, Leo or pets or kids upright here, new passion for secret passion, and depressed, imbalanced, or just not sharing it, with egotistical, Empress reversed, or awake to woman in lack, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Taurus all reversed, not using their intuition, or Pisces reversed and sovereign with wise counsel, surrendering to non-physical lover and lack of abundance, or a wife or mother like that. Sovereign surrender to all that is, no affection of lover or a breakup and lack of affection from the Empress reversed, or lost their mother, but sovereign ends up on top here. The Queen of Cups is awake and not sharing, detoxing and holding back. New star with the Knight of Swords messages and suffering in silence, or sister or stressed, and challenged by the Wounded Warrior and the Page of Cups, message of love and lack of guidance or religious upbringing. The Page of Swords excited, or a divorce, and this could be excited because a divorce decree comes in, which then inspires them to ignite with secret passion, if single and willing to surrender to lack of affection from the Empress reversed, but sovereign will stay number one. Not sharing a message or announcement with the Page of Swords or Knight of Swords and Page of Swords, detoxing stress, or a sister, challenged by the Wounded Warrior or lack mentality, withholding time, money, and effort from the Page of Cups with their heart open wide. Starseed without guidance or divorced, and big passion for secret independence and surrender to accepting all that is and still putting self first. At 837, which is the 8 of strength and the 37 of unconditional love and the King of Cups. So there is your read. Sorry, I'm a little out of it today. And I also got from my petals from my Delphi flower. They were out there in a triangular shape. The one on the left was over the edge, the one on the right was upside down, and the one at the bottom was just right, just like the three bears. And yeah, so make sure there's nothing else. Okay, so I'll pull you a few oracle cards. I'm not sure I'm going to do a lot, but all right, let's see. So again, we have Cancer, the number 9, and the Sun. And the Sun just came out again. It feels so clear today. I don't know why. It doesn't usually, the way the sun came through the window, I don't know if it's just the time of day because it's really early. It doesn't usually look like that when it brightens up like that. It's just really weird. And then the raccoon just popped out here. Let's see what else comes up. All right, so from the Animal Spirit deck for you guys, what is our takeaway today? The turtle. You can go your own way, all right? So he's going to take his time. You go your own way if you don't want to wait for me. And there's the golden egg, which is the heart chakra. And then we also have the bat here. And he's like a little mouse, again, who doesn't know he's a bat, right? He doesn't realize he's got these big wings. It's a little mouse who thinks he's supposed to be on the ground, and he looks scared because he's up in the air. Like, what am I? How did I get up here, all the way up here? It's scary up here. So we have this innocent little bat flying around, the turtle who's very slow on the ground, and then here's the heart chakra with the egg in the middle. Says, hey, fiddle, fiddle. How does that go? The man in, hey, fiddle, fiddle, the man in the moon. I can't think of it, what it is. That's coming up. If you want to look that up, see if anything comes up for you. I have 3 more cards coming out. The vulture and the hawk and the zebra together. Remember, the vulture, you know, cleans up everything. There's a purpose for everything, including poison in the garden, which keeps other plants perhaps clear of other plants that might hurt them. The vulture cleans up the mess at the end. And then the hawk of their wisdom, and there's the zebra with his third eye open, not changing their stripes, even if it goes against the grain. The bottom of the deck is the butterfly. So again, I always get this with the butterfly, like, and the bat, right? They both don't realize, like, this one thinks they're a bee because they think they got little wings. And this one thinks they're a mouse. They don't have wings at all. It's like worthiness issues here, right? They have these big, beautiful wings. They're so much more powerful than they think they are. And the transformation's happening, but they're still confused about it. It's like giving me the energy of just being hatched from the egg. They don't know what to do with it yet. Like, what do I do with these wings? Like, I'm confused. And unfortunately, when they're vulnerable like that, you know, there's predators out there who can come and get them. But there's also protectors as well, which is like the picture I showed you of the cats. You know, the protective energy of the child right now is very important. And that's what's coming up again here. So let me read you the turtle at least. And the turtle's also like brushing them away. I can't help you. You have to do it on your own. I'm busy working on my own stuff here. So we have the turtle, which is earth. All right, where are you, turtle? I mean, turtle's water, not earth. Turtle. So the turtle's ancient soul, grounded, trusting, and home in the self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. The turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. So when they're in balance, they're peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When they're out of balance, they slow down to a halt. To get back into balance, which I'm slowed down to a halt right now, you need an adventure. Okay? So again, you're letting go of all your past wounds in order to you're like hitting bottom to come back up again. It's time to come back up and be your true self without all the other crap holding on. Okay, the rebirth is happening now. The egg's cracking open. You just got to watch out for the predators there. Because there's some really innocent, you know, little ones out here that we have to protect. All right, I'm going to let it go with that right now because I am kind of bloopy right now. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest if you can. You're enjoying your nature. Do what's best for you. Follow your own instincts and guidance. Just make sure, you know, self-advocate. Feel into it, though. Don't think into it. Feel what you feel. And take a deep breath. I could fall asleep now, actually. Rise and be love, you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.